Have you ever had a tiny little thing ruin your entire day? Maybe a thoughtless comment from someone or getting cut off in traffic. Suddenly, you're fuming, replaying the scene over and over in your head. Well, you've just been hooked. This is the core idea behind a fantastic little book by Pema Chödrön called Do and Bite the Hook. It's a game changer for anyone who feels like their emotions sometimes run the show. So, what does it mean to be hooked? Pema Chödrön describes it as that moment when we get caught up in a strong emotional reaction. It's like a fish biting a baited hook. Something happens and bam! We're pulled into a cycle of anger, blame, or self-pity. We get attached to our story, our righteousness, our pain. The crazy part is we often don't even realize it's happening. We just think we're justified in feeling this way. And maybe we are, but being hooked only hurts us in the long run. It drains our energy and steals our peace. The book is based on a concept in Tibetan Buddhism called Shenpa. Shenpa is that sticky, charged feeling that arises right before we get hooked. It's that initial jolt, that urge to react. Pema Chödrön's genius is in making this ancient concept super practical for our modern lives. She's not telling us to suppress our emotions or pretend we don't feel them. That's a huge misunderstanding. The goal isn't to become an unfeeling robot. Instead, she teaches us to recognize the feeling of Shenpa, that pull of the hook, without biting down. How do we actually do this? The first step is mindfulness. It's about developing the awareness to catch ourselves in the act. You have to notice that tight feeling in your chest, the heat rising in your face, the familiar story starting to spin in your mind. They always do this to me, or this is so unfair. When you can spot that feeling as it arises, you've created a tiny bit of space. And that space is where your freedom lies. In that space, Pema Chödrön suggests we practice what she calls the 4 R's. First is recognizing Shenpa. Just label it in your mind. There's that sticky feeling again. Second is refraining. This is the crucial part. Instead of immediately reacting, just for a few seconds, don't do anything. Don't speak, don't act on the impulse, just pause. It's like holding your breath for a moment. This interrupts the automatic chain reaction. The third R is relaxing. Once you've paused, you can start to relax into the underlying energy of the emotion itself. Instead of fighting the feeling, you just let it be there. Feel the raw physical sensation of it without adding the story. It's just energy in your body. It's uncomfortable for sure, but you can learn to sit with it. You'll find that if you don't feed it with stories, the raw energy of the emotion will eventually dissolve on its own. Finally, the fourth R is resolving to continue this practice. It's about making a commitment to yourself to keep trying. You're going to get hooked again and again. That's just part of being human. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to get a little better at unhooking yourself each time. Every time you catch yourself, you're strengthening that muscle of awareness. One of the most powerful lessons from Don't Bite the Hook is compassion. By seeing our own tendency to get hooked, we can start to see it in others too. When someone else lashes out, we can recognize that they're probably caught on their own hook. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it allows us to respond with a little more understanding and a lot less personal reactivity. We stop taking everything so personally. This book is incredibly short and easy to read, but its message is profound. It's not about some lofty spiritual goal, but about finding more freedom and peace in our everyday lives. It is about learning to be kinder to ourselves and to others by understanding our shared human tendency to get stuck. So next time you feel that pull, that urge to bite down on the hook of anger or resentment, maybe you'll remember to just pause, breathe, and let it go. It might just change your whole day. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and consider subscribing for more insights. See you next time.